What's happening, guys? Back at you with another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing another Funko Pop challenge. So let's get to it. Alright, so I'm going to be doing another Funko Pop challenge in this video. So this challenge is called the Ultimate Grail Challenge. This challenge was started by my good friend Brant, the legendary Punisher. I'm sure y'all know him. Mentioned him plenty of times on this channel. So honestly, he pretty good dude. You know, like a family. He's like a brother, honestly. Literally, he started this challenge and tagged me. And I said, I definitely accept this challenge because I definitely can be able to do it. And honestly, I gotta say it's a good idea for a challenge. So I'm gonna be doing this challenge. So it's called the Ultimate Grail Challenge. So what you do is do 4 pops, 4 different pops, specifically Grail ones, kind of. So first one I believe he said was your most expensive pop in your collection. So that'll be the first pop. The second pop is an autograph pop. So your favorite autograph pop or one that means something to you. And the third one was most sentimental value pop. So honestly, like your own personal grail, one that holds sentimental value to you. And then the fourth one was your grail that you want to get into the collection that you probably don't have yet, but you want to get it into the collection. So those are the 4 different categories for this. So let's go ahead and get started with the actual most expensive pop in my collection. So the most expensive pop in my collection is definitely one I got at like retail prices. I got it at retail price. There's no way I'm going to spend that much, how much it's worth right now on this. So I'm glad I was able to pick it up at retail price. And what we have is the Tony the Tiger here. This was released back in 2017. I believe this one's valued at like $220 or $220 plus, $220, $220 plus, something around there. But honestly, this is definitely cool. I'm glad I was able to get this. One thing, if y'all know about me, is I like to collect cereal ad icons. The reason why I collect cereal ad icons is because I used to eat cereal. Like, I mean, occasionally I eat cereal sometimes, but mostly I ate cereal as a kid, and just the overall different characters that cereal had was pretty cool. Honestly, it was pretty cool. I ate a bunch of different cereals as a kid, and honestly, the characters were like pretty much a fun part of eating the cereal and stuff like that. So that's why I like collecting cereal ad icons. But I'm glad I was able to pick this one up, especially at retail, because it shot up in value, and definitely glad to have this one. But for the actual most expensive pop in my collection, we have Tony the Tiger here. Alright, so the next one was favorite autograph pop. So for those of y'all that know me, for those of y'all that have been watching the channel for a while now, y'all know that I do like to get a lot of autograph pops. I do. I go to a lot of Comic-Cons, I go to a lot of signings, I buy autograph pops, and honestly, I like getting them because they hold so much special value to me personally, especially if it's something I like. So honestly, that's why I like getting autograph pops. So for those of y'all that don't know, I actually have a total of around 34 or 35 autograph pops in my collection. Yes, I know that's a lot. That's a lot, but that's around the number. I have around 34 or 35 autograph pops in my collection. So you can imagine how hard it was to pick one out of this one. But honestly, it was definitely a tough decision. It took me some time to think about it. But I finally picked one. And honestly, I went with the one that was the most expensive to get. This one was the most expensive, the most I paid for an autograph from a person. And honestly, it just holds a value to me personally. I was able to meet the person, and it was honestly, it was an otherworldly experience meeting that person. And honestly, I was like in shock, in awe of meeting them. And honestly, it was just an amazing experience to me. I traveled a long distance to meet them. Honestly, I would not do that for anybody unless they meant a lot to me. So what I have here is an autograph pop. What I have is the autographed Undertaker pop. So for those of y'all that know me, I love WWE. I love wrestling. Undertaker is my #1 top favorite wrestler of all time. So when there was a chance to be able to beat him, a rare chance because he hardly ever does appearances. There was one appearance he did that I definitely had to try to go to. I traveled 9 hours to get to the appearance. That's not 9 hours total. That is 9 hours from here where I'm at to go to the place where he's at. That is 9 hours from here to there, then another 9 hours from there to back. So that's like 18 hours right there of traveling. So like, just honestly, the experience of meeting him was amazing. So that's why I picked this one, because it's the one I worked for the most, the one I paid for the most. It wasn't like very expensive either. Honestly, it was $80 for his autograph. Now his autograph shot up in price. Like, you know, you go to a signing he does right now, he's charging like more, close to 200 now. So honestly, I'm glad I was able to meet him at that time and then get him for a good price also. So I gotta say, my favorite autograph pop is the Undertaker one that I have signed here. Alright, so the next pop category was sentimental value. Honestly, just your personal grail that holds sentimental value. So honestly, this one, I decided to go with 2 pops for this one. So the first one I went with holds very sentimental value for me, as far as he gave us a world that you could go to escape. So this one holds sentimental value because honestly, this person this person gave us a world that we could escape to, especially in troubling times, especially with me throughout my life. Honestly, this whenever I just need to escape to something, this is where I went. The world he created is where I went to. And honestly, this just holds sentimental value. I'm glad this isn't a collection. And it just honestly, it was very sad, and it was very sad when he passed. But honestly, I'm glad I was able to. I have this pop in this collection as a pretty much a token of memory of him. So what we have is the superhero Stan Lee here. So I actually got this a few years ago. Definitely one I wanted to get in the collection. I at least wanted to have a Stan Lee pop. So I got this one a few years ago. And honestly, I just like it. The way he's dressed up in a superhero costume just really represents him. And like I said, he created the world of Marvel, place to where you could go to escape. And honestly, I just want to thank him for him whenever he died. Very sad. I did a tribute video for him also. And honestly, just his passing was just a shocking, sad time. Shocking and sad time, and honestly, it was fun. But I'm glad I have this in collection. I'm definitely glad I have it. And honestly, it was honestly, this is just a personal grail to me because of the value, the sentimental value it has to me personally. So this is the pop I went with. One of them I went with. So superhero Stan Lee we got here. Alright, so this next one is autograph pop. This one holds sentimental value because I know that people necessarily won't say he's the best there is, you know. But the reason why it holds sentimental value to me is because this was my first introduction to the character as far as movies are concerned, as far as watching it. This was my introduction to the character, and it's one of my favorite comic book characters of all time. And watching this movie and watching the movie where he's in, where he played this character, just holds sentimental value to me because this was my introduction to the character. So what we have here is an autograph Batman pop by autographed by Val Kilmer. For those of y'all that know, Val Kilmer played Batman in the Batman Forever movie. And honestly, that, like I said before, that was my introduction to Batman. I saw the Batman Forever movie when I was a very young kid. I watched it non-stop because I liked it that much. And I know some people will say he's probably not like the best Batman, but honestly, like to me, he's not the best Batman. But to me, he holds sentimental value as Batman just because it was the introduction to the character for me. And watching the movie non-stop and liking that movie as a young kid, whenever I got the chance to meet him and get this Batman pop signed by him, was honestly just an awesome experience. And I just, you know, just liked it. The experience of meeting him and being able to get this signed by him, because it was pretty much my introduction to character, like I said. So introduction to Batman, it was my stepping stone to Batman becoming one of my favorite all-time comic book characters, one of my favorite characters that comes out of movies and all that. So, you know, it was a stepping stone to that. So that's why it holds sentimental value to me, and why it's like sort of personal grail to me. So, you know, that's why I picked it in this one category also. Alright, so the next category was a Grail pop that you would like to have in your collection. So I mean, there's plenty of stuff I like to have in my collection, but probably the biggest, most expensive pop that I could think of that I would like to have in my collection that I probably won't ever get to own at all, ever. Honestly, it's like so high priced I probably won't ever get to own it in the collection. But you know, it's like I said before earlier in the video. I like cereal. I like to collect cereal ad icons because it reminds me of my childhood. Reminds me of the different characters from the cereal brands that there was. So my personal grail that I would like to eventually have in a collection someday, which I probably won't, but you know, you could dream and hope for it. But the pop that I would like to have eventually, that's a grail that I would like to have eventually, is Toucan Sam. And whether that be the metallic one that came out recently or the one that came out, the regular one that came out, Toucan Sam, I would like to have Toucan Sam, and the collection is very high price right now. The regular one is like 200 plus. The metallic one I saw is like 200, 300 plus right now. So honestly, I would like to have Toucan Sam because it's a cereal I ate as a kid, and like it just holds nostalgia factor, you know. So the characters for cereal were pretty cool. You know, it's one of the fun parts of eating cereal because they had their own character. But that's my personal grail that I would like to have in the collection is Toucan Sam. I probably won't have it this you know, I probably won't get into the collection, but you know, you can hope and dream for it, and we'll see what happens with that. See if we ever get into the collection, but I don't know. We'll see. But that's my personal grail that I would like to have one day. But that's about it. Alright, so we were meant to tag some people, so I decided to go with two people that I know that want to actually do the challenge. So first person to go with is Capital City Pop, Kristen and Lisa over at Capital City Pop. They have an amazing channel. If you haven't subscribed to them yet, make sure y'all do and check their channel out. I'll leave a link to their description below. The second person I am going to tag is Homespun Geek. Tylock has does some pretty great videos, has a great channel also. So link to his channel in the description below. Make sure you both go check out their channels and make sure you watch their challenge videos whenever they do release them. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video, this Funko Pop challenge created by Brant, the legendary Punisher. If y'all want to try it out, give it a try. Definitely like to see what y'all come up with for this challenge. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope y'all all have an awesome day. Remember, if you want to be a part of Team Legendary, all you got to do is subscribe and turn notifications on so you know when I post another video. Hope y'all all have an awesome day. And remember, be legendary.